the last video.
I'd say so, yeah.
The last video we're going to do, last live video we're going to do tonight, and we're ending it on the double IPA tip in the form of Singlecut Brewing's 2 times TNT. Imperial IPA, I should say. First Singlecut beer for you.
Yes.
I've had a couple of their beers, reviewed a couple of their beers. They're actually going to be in the radio show. Me and George. Well, George does it too.
Well, George is
but
there.
Joe.
Yeah.
Joe
You'd
does.
never know if George was there.
They're going to be on it in a couple weeks, so stay tuned for that shit and
That'd be pretty cool.
stuff like that. Anyway, as far as what it says on the bottle itself, it says Bon Bon, 2 times TNT double IPA or Imperial IPA, 8.2% alcohol by volume, 100% brewed and bottled on premises by Singlecut Beersmiths. It says it's created from our brewmaster's recipe, honed to perfection over the span of many years, an entirely original combination of Australian and New Zealand hops, totaling 143 IBUs. So Australian, New Zealand hops, new school hops. You're expecting juiciness, you're expecting fruitiness. You're not going to get bittering out of this. Well, you're going to get bitter, but you're going to get more like juiciness, fruitiness.
The one thing that I kind of like on this is their 143 IBUs. It's like anything past 100.
Yeah, I mean,
you can't really discern.
I don't know about that. I don't know.
It's perceived bitterness.
It's perceived bitterness, but at the same time, I also think it's like a thing like it's like IBUs in general are just total bullshit. Like, it's not so much that 143 IBUs, like 1 IBU is bullshit. The same way 100 IBUs is bullshit. Because I've had like the Struce Black Albert's like 110, 120 IBUs, and you can't detect any hops to that motherfucker. Yeah. You know what I mean? So IBUs are not an indicator of bitterness. No, anyway, labeling wise, atypical single cut. Their styling in general is always fucking awesome. Like this little like fucking Levi Strauss fucking single cut thing here, cool. And then I just dig it.
I like the kind of raised single cut on the side.
Yeah, like if you actually feel the texture, it's just they gave a shit about the packaging. Is basically what I'm trying to say. So let's dive into this sucker. Not a big hiss, but we'll allow it. We'll allow it, counselor.
What's the ABV on this?
I don't remember, even though I just read it. I'm thinking it's 8 and change.
Okay.
Let's see what we got here. 8.2. 8.2% alcohol by volume. That is for you, and that is for me. Pinky finger, just off Whitehead. Mediocre creaminess. Pretty compact bubbles. And haze. Haze.
Really hazy.
Motherfucking days, son. So, yeah, nice, muted, opaque-ish, cataract-like kind of honey color to it. Let's get a nose on her. Onion, rotten onion. Rotten onion.
Yeah.
That's what it is. It's delicious rotten onion. I got this out of one of their other beers. I forget what it was. Actually, no. I definitely did. Well, maybe I did review it. I don't think I reviewed this already. But no, it was totally another beer I reviewed.
You were talking about it.
Not too long ago. It was just straight up fucking
onion juice.
Onion fucking dankness. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just rotten weed and onion mixed in a blender. Or rotten onion and weed, not rotten weed. There's a fruity undertone to it, but it's hard to get past because that fucking literal dankness is so huge.
I pick up the fruitiness a little bit more than that, like rotten. Like the rotten onion, the oniony nature is there to me, but I also get the fruitiness.
Yeah, to me it just punches me in the face, and it's just super hard to get past, and I dig it. So I'm just gonna fucking dive in. Cheers. Yeah. Yeah, I like it. I like it. I do. I like the beers that they do. I like that funk, the super dank. Like they're the new school dank. Like you have all these people making these New England IPAs that are just sweet juiciness, like to the point where they're just like they're basically alcoholic fruit juices. This is more just like taking the dank, but not taking that West Coast piney dank, like taking the dank of their new school dank and just dial it to a fucking 11. I mean, that Singlecut's fucking, that's their shtick. Like, not to call them shticky, but the whole thing about Singlecut is they do a lot of band-based stuff. Like, all their beer names are based off of, like, metal and rock and shit like that. And this is totally like a Spinal Tap dial, dang to 11, which is goodness. So, yeah. Great mouthfeel. Great mouthfeel. And it's drinkable too for how impactful it is.
This is what we wanted from the other two.
From the other beers we had, yeah. We wanted not necessarily to this level,
not to this level, but like something more along these lines of higher ABV, giving more of that impactfulness.
Yeah. So you're getting a fruitiness there. Gun to my head, it's like a kind of like a somewhere between like a pseudo. I shouldn't say pseudo. Somewhere between like a kiwi tropical fruit and a melon, like a cantaloupe kind of vibe going on. It's not citrus for me.
It's not citrus.
It's maybe a little bit of nectarine peachiness, maybe.
More indistinct melon.
Yeah.
To me.
And then you throw on top of it heaps of dankness.
Yeah.
It's not as weed danky as some of the other ones I've had from them, but it's definitely there. The mouth feels really nice, and it just drinks really well. It's a very impactful beer. It's not being subtle about anything it does. It's totally like, I'm fucking here. Drink me, motherfucker. You know?
Yeah, pretty much.
So yeah. But here's the thing. Let's talk about it. Is it one of the better double IPAs or Imperial IPAs I've had as of late? It's on the outside looking in. Just because while it's impactful and it's fun as fuck, and I buy it again, and we'll get to that in a second. It's not as, I don't know what the word I'm looking for is. It doesn't hit my sweet spot as much as it should. Yeah. It's kind of like fun in a way that like a haunted house is fun sometimes. Sometimes you're scared, but you're like, oh, I was scared a couple times, but it wasn't the best haunted house.
Yeah, see, I'm not a big like Halloween or haunted house kind of guy. I'm not gonna get into it. I'm not. That's something that I don't find enjoyable. But anyway, coming off of like the hazier IPAs like this, I would probably steer more toward like the juicy New England section. You know, from Soul, your Turbo Nerds, or Hayes or Julius, that kind of stuff. It's really good. It's a good double IPA. I would honestly, if I felt like, my only issue is sizing. If I want to get this again and drink it myself, if it was a smaller bottle, absolutely. Or like a can, like a pounder can, that's fine. But like typically something like this, I want to share.
Yeah, I mean, but that's the thing though. Like, what's the volume on this? Just for the sake of argument, they don't have it written here. 16.9 fluid ounces. A pounder can, 16.
Okay, actually, never mind then. Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not as big as you think.
Yeah, well.
It's not a bomber. You know what I mean? It's like that. It's the pseudo. It's the Schneider Aventinus, like German-sized pseudo bomber.
I actually didn't know that it was only 16. So, yeah, this is a pint, and I did go through like the other weekend, fucking randomly, like 4-pounder cans. Yeah. Myself.
Yeah, I remember when you posted them. I
wasn't splitting those with Amanda or anything.
So yeah, it's in the outside looking in for me. Would I buy it again? Fuck yeah. Price point, I forget what I paid for it. I want to say it was like $6, maybe $7, right around there.
That's not bad.
That's not too bad.
I would definitely buy more beers.
But that's the thing, $6-7. That's kind of where it jumps short because it's in glass. Because you're talking about like you typically want in a double IPA realm and pounder cans, you want that to be about a $15 4-pack.
Yeah.
This is a $24 4-pack. Mm-hmm. You get an extra ounce, but at the same time, meh. Yeah. And just say availability, tri-state area. you're pretty much looking at that. And just say if you like what we like this, if you like weed, if you like rotten onions, if you like fucking just funky danky new school danky IPAs, then you're gonna like this. So there you go. Reviews of beer. So there you go. Hopefully you guys enjoyed them. If you did or didn't, let us know. If you want to check us out on the internet, Massive Beers here. NEPA beer reviews.
To me, it said Massive Beers.
I'm looking at the screen.
I'm Massive Beers now. Woo.
Yeah, there you go.
Well,
kind of a big deal. I smell the rich mahogany from here. Hopefully guys enjoyed the review. Hopefully enjoying a nice dank bomb right now, and hopefully see you next time. Cheers.